Hello everyone, welcome back to our classroom. Yeah, welcome back for you to who just come back from your hometown. Yeah. Today is our very first class in the semester. It is our course Environmental Health and Safety, or EHS in short. This course will give you a strong foundation in understanding how engineering practice is not only about efficiency and innovation, but also about protecting people, communities, and the environment. In this video, we will explore what EHS means, why it matters for engineers, and how both global and Indonesian perspectives shape our responsibility. EHS stands for Occupational Safety, Occupational Health, and Environmental Management. It is a discipline that integrates policies, practices, and procedures to protect the environment, the health of employees, and workplace safety. It involves identifying and managing risks, ensuring compliance with regulations, and promoting a strong safety culture to prevent injuries, illness, environmental damage, and hazardous releases. EHS is essential for responsible operations, operational integrity, and maintaining a positive corporate reputation. For engineers, EHS is not optional. It is a legal and ethical responsibility. By preventing accident, protecting health, and minimizing environmental damage, we not only reduce costs and risks, but also earn the trust of the public and regulators. Safety is about preventing accidents, avoiding injuries from machinery, electrical system, or unsafe conditions. Think about safeguards like warning signs, machine guards, lockout system, and regular safety drills. Health deals with protecting workers from long-term risks like exposure to chemicals, poor air quality, or ergonomic strain from repetitive work. This is why engineers design good ventilation, monitor workplace health, and promote proper use of PPE. Environmental management ensures our industrial processes do not harm air, water, soil, or ecosystems. These include pollution prevention, waste minimization, and adopting sustainable technologies. To understand why EHS is so important, let's look at some major disasters that shape global safety awareness in the next slides. In the night of 2 to 3 December 1984, a Union Carbide Limited chemical facility in Bhopal, Madhya Pradesh, India, leaked over 27 tons of the highly toxic gas, methyl isocyanate, poisoning tens of thousands of people in the middle of the night, most of whom were sleeping in their home nearby. It killed an estimated of 15,000 to 20,000 people. More than 500 people suffered injuries.
На экране один из кадров, который студийный ДК сначала задержал как брак.
On 26th of April 1986, the number 4 reactor of the Chernobyl nuclear power plant located near Pripyat, Soviet Union, now the Ukraine, exploded. The disaster occurred while running a test to simulate cooling the reactor during an accident in blackout conditions. 2 engineers were killed following the explosion. Of the 237 workers hospitalized, 134 symptoms of acute radiation syndrome. 28 of them died within 3 months. Predictions of the eventual total death toll vary. A 2006 World Health Organization study projected that 9,000 cancer-related fatalities in Ukraine, Belarus, and Russia. The Exxon Valdez oil spill was a major environmental disaster that occurred in Alaska Prince William Sound on March 24, 1989. The region is a habitat for salmon, sea otters, seals, and seabirds. Each of these three tragedies, Bhopal disaster, Chernobyl, Exxon Valdez, remind us failures of safety, health, and environmental management can have catastrophic human, economic, and ecological consequences. As engineer, our duty is to prevent the next disaster. Preventing accident is not just about rules. It is about culture, safety culture. Safety culture means that everyone in an organization values and practices safety. It starts with management commitment, where leaders must prioritize safety, allocate resources, and set the tone. It also requires employee participation. Workers need to be involved in hazard identification and decision making. Ongoing training and communication are critical to keeping safety knowledge alive. A strong safety culture doesn't happen overnight. It's built by daily practices and long term commitment. It requires management commitment and workers' participation. Engineers contribute by designing safer systems, assessing risks, and following codes. As engineers specifically, we play a key role as 1. Designing systems to be inherently safer, 2. Conducting risk assessment using tools like HIRAC, FMEA, or HAZOP, 3. Following national and international codes and standards. Industrial processes often pollute our environment. Industrial processes often create air and water pollution, generate hazardous waste, and contribute to greenhouse emissions. To address this, organizations implement frameworks such as ISO 14001, an international standard for environmental management system. This helps companies reduce waste, improve efficiency, and stay compliant with regulations. At a broader level, engineers contribute to sustainable development, meeting the needs of today without compromising the ability of future generations. This means considering environmental impact not just during operation but also in the design and the commissioning stages of the process. In Indonesia, EHS is supported by a growing regulation system that blends national laws with international standards. For occupational safety and health, the Work Safety Law Undang-Undang Nomor 1 Tahun 1970, Manpower Law Undang-Undang Nomor 13 Tahun 2003, and PP Nomor 50 Tahun 2012 on EHS management system require companies to provide safe workplaces and structure safety for occupational safety and health and safety program. Environmental protection, we have the key law of Undang-Undang Nomor 32 Tahun 2009, which introduces pollution control, environmental permits, and the AMDAL process for impact assessment. Importantly, it enforces the polluter pay principles, holding companies accountable for damage. International standards like ISO 45001 for occupational health and safety and ISO 14001 for environmental management are increasingly adopted to align with global best practices. Several institutions play key roles in enforcing EHS in Indonesia. Those are Kemnaker, or the Ministry of Manpower. They develop OSS law, conduct inspections, and certify safety professionals. KLHK, or the Ministry of Environmental and Forestry, issues environmental permits and monitor pollutions. BPJS Ketenagakerjaan manages worker social security, including compensation for workplace injuries or illness. Understanding This institution is essential for future engineers because compliance and coordination with regulation is part of professional responsibility. Each institution, however, contributes differently but complement one another. To wrap up today's course, EHS is not just about avoiding penalties. It is about protecting people, communities, and ecosystem. It is a cornerstone of ethical and sustainable engineering. Remember, as future engineers, safety and sustainability is at the heart of responsible practice. As you continue your studies, reflect on these three questions. Number one, why should engineers prioritize safety, health, and the environment? Number two, what challenges might companies face in complying with regulations? And number three, how can engineering design itself reduce environmental impact? For your take-home assignment, you will conduct a hazard identification survey around our university facilities, spotting at least 5 potential hazards, analyzing their consequences, and suggest possible control. This exercise will help you see that hazards are everywhere, even in familiar environments. Thank you for watching this first chapter of EHS course for this semester. In the next video, we will dive into hazard recognition and accident causation theories. Remember, as future engineers, safety and sustainability are not add-ons. They are at the very heart of responsible engineering practice.